You might have heard people on Twitter peeing their pants about a federal red flag law passing the House. I hate red flag laws, and they're definitely something that we need to keep an eye on, but this one is probably a nothing burger. Let's dig in real quick and check it out. The news broke recently with headlines and commentators blaring that House members have snuck a red flag law into the 2022 National Defense Authorization Act, or NDAA for short. I'll say it right out the bat. This is true, and it's bad, but it's not exactly what you might think it is. Also, it's not going to survive into the final bill. The NDAA is what sets the annual budget and financial objectives for military operations every year. It's a routine funding bill that sneaky politic lizards like to sneak stuff into. This go-round, in Section 529, they popped in a complete red flag law, which tracks generally with the ones you've seen appearing around the country. Of course, being a military funding bill, it applies only to military court judges who have jurisdiction over armed forces personnel and people on military payroll. So it's not quite a federal red flag bill the way we're really concerned about, but still, people in the military have rights that ought not be trampled in this way. Still, this isn't the first time the House has done this. This headline here is from when they pulled this exact same stunt for the 2021 bill. That time, the gun restraining order provision was excised quickly in the Senate before the final version passed. This time, the very same thing is most likely to happen. To quote a release from Congressman Gregory Murphy, fortunately, both Republican and Democrat leadership have publicly assured Congress that this egregious language will be removed from the final version of the NDAA. I mean, of course, that's not a complete guarantee, but when you look at things politically, I don't think it has the votes, and it's pretty clear-cut. So don't be too spooked about this one. It's a damned effort and an absurd waste of resources on both sides. It's all political posturing and saber-rattling, if you ask me. Now, some of you might want to criticize me for not being as aggressive about this, but you have to remember the very real threat of outrage fatigue. This is something I've talked about before. There are so many serious fights going on with our right to keep and bear arms, such as 18 to 21 bans, policies which strengthen the NFA, and universal background checks. It's important to keep our eyes on stuff like this, but we've also got to triage our resources, including our anger, to keep our eyes on the prize, and that's clawing our rights back. I just want to stress again, I am 100% against this. This is terrible. Red flag laws in their entirety are unconstitutional, ridiculous prior restraints on our right to keep and bear arms. It completely spits in the face of due process and everything. The reason I'm saying that this is not something that we need to devote a lot of resources to right now is because it's just not going to pass, right? We need to be focusing on much more important issues right now. Well, that's it for today, guys. Let me just say I really appreciate you guys watching and subscribing. It makes a huge difference. If you want to support me more than that, I started up a Patreon and a Subscribestar. I've added benefits like a patron-only podcast, a Discord, and there's surely more to come. This kind of support will help enable me to make more content more regularly, something that I'd really love to be able to do. There's also a link to some new and improved Fuddbusters apparel, stickers, and of course the classic Magic ATF ball, all in the description below. There's also some links to some recommended reading and other stuff. All of it helps me out. Thank you all so much for watching to the end and for your support. I'll see you next time, or if you join up on Patreon or Subscribestar, I'll see you in the Discord. Remember, the anti-side has been working long and hard, passing laws and trying to push more stuff like this. Anything more than minimum compliance is self-regulation. Y'all take care.
Bye.